Let me quickly explain lagoons. So lagoons are shallow water, lake-like features along the coast or within the coral atolls. Okay, so they are lake-like features and they are shallow waters. Importantly, they have salty waters. But remember, not all salty lakes are lagoons. So deserts mein, we can have salt water lakes. The desert salt water lakes are not lagoons. The desert salt water lakes are not lagoons. Lagoon का मतलब है हमेशा वो along the coast होंगे. ये important point. They must be along the coast. Otherwise, we also have, you know, Ladakh में भी salt water lake है, right? Pangong Lake, Somorari Lake, yes. Salt lake अलग से है. So those are not lagoons. Lagoons का मतलब है they always are along the coast. Lagoons are within the atolls. They are along the coast or within the atolls. Shallow water, salt waters. Lagoons are a type of marine wetlands. In terms of ecosystems, we call these as marine wetlands. Okay. What are the other examples of wetlands? Wetlands, any lake can be a wetland. Any mangrove forest can be a wetland. Any swamp or marshes can also be a wetland. Wetlands are unique ecosystems. उसमें होता क्या है? The water level of the ground is near or above the surface. Okay, अगर आपका ये ground है, अगर ये ground है, and say this is the water level. ठीक है? तो ये वाला becomes wetlands. This is becoming wetland. The water level, ground water level. This is near or above the surface. So ये एकदम surface के पास में ये marshes बन जाएगा. So what is a wetland? Wetland is the groundwater table is near or above the surface or above. Agar above the surface hoga, it becomes a lake. This is the surface or water level yahan par hai. तो ऊपर है land के, this becomes a lake. अगर एकदम जमीन के पास होगा, this now becomes a swamp. All fine? What's a wetland? The most important aspect of any wetland is that it has always a unique and rich biodiversity. हर wetland का rich and unique biodiversity है. The wetlands, they are very important water sinks. They absorb water. Okay, they will have water adding into them. See what's happening in parts of Bangalore or Chennai. The lakes have been covered. The wetlands destroyed. अब पानी इकट्ठा नहीं होता है वहां पर. That's why water flows as urban floods. So they are very important water sinks. Yes, because they have got biodiversity and plants. They also are important carbon sinks. कहीं पर भी अगर plants life है या forest है, they become carbon sinks. Correct? Okay. So these are important, and that's why wetlands का अलग conservation है. I think you know about Ramsar, right? Ramsar Convention है या Ramsar Treaty है. All wetlands are covered under, of course, they must be first designated as wetlands. They're covered under Ramsar Convention. They're important for biodiversity. Wetlands, they're also important for nutrient cycling. Very important for natural nutrient cycling. A lot of wetlands are important for fishing. They are part of agriculture. तो wetlands important है. ठीक है? अच्छा now, ये जो lagoons हैं, दो तरह के होते हैं. One are the coral lagoons. The second are the non-coral lagoons. In the coral lagoons, the seawater gets partly enclosed by coral formations. और non-coral lagoons में the sea water gets partly enclosed by other coastal features, which includes, if you know about sandbars, by spits, So imagine this, agar ye land hai, and say I have a spit. I hope you know what's a spit. Spit or a hook. Okay. So ऐसे land depositions हो गया, sand depositions. And this is some water enclosed. I can have a sandbar and some water gets enclosed here. This is a top view, looking from top. This is a sandbar. This is a spit or a hook. Spit or a hook. So when they enclose waters, we call those as non-coral lagoons. Now देखो, ऐसे formations में coral reef हो सकते हैं. In such formations, I can have some corals here. I can have some corals here. I can have some corals here. I can have corals here. I can have corals here. But जो lagoon बना है, वो coral के वजह से नहीं बना है. Like if you know about the coast of Kerala कुछ ऐसे है. This is the coast of Kerala. This is a sandbar projection, and this is what is Vembanad Lake. This is Ashtamudi Lagoon. If you know about a place here called as Ernakulam, और इस टिप में क्या है? A place called as Kochi or Cochin. और यहाँ एक city है called as Kollam. Ashtamudi Lagoon has Kollam city. The Vembanad Lagoon has Ernakulam and Kochi cities. Yeah, of course, यहाँ पर they're linked by a highway. It's considered as shortest highway of India. Ernakulam and Kochi. So these lagoons are not because of coral reefs. ये sandbars हैं, coastal irregularities हैं. Have heard about a river called as Periyar River? Periyar River आके यहाँ drain करती है. Periyar River. It drains into Vembanad Lagoon. ठीक है? अच्छा, now I'll ask a question to you. Say this is the shelf, this is the water. So ये land है above. When erosion happens and deposition happens, some depositions are here. What do we call these depositions as? क्या बोलते हैं? Beach. Beach is a deposition. Sand beaches. The sand beach है. It is a deposition. But you also have depositions here, no? यहाँ पर भी होगा. And when the depositions pile up, when they pile up, ये क्या बन जाएगा? क्या sand dune? ये क्या बनेगा? यही बनेगा sandbars. Okay? Sandbar कैसे बनता है? The waves are eroding, pulling down sediments. Crashing, eroding, pulling down sediments. So when this piles up, it's called as a sandbar. जब बाहर निकल आया, sandbar बन गया. Now you tell me, can this water become a lagoon? Yes. So in which case? When the land uplifts or when the land sinks, when the coast is emergent coast or submergent coast? Emergent coast. समझ में आ रहा है यहाँ पर? So lagoons of this kind are features of emergence. मैंने कल बताया था, remember? Okay. The Kathiawar Gujarat coast is submergence and the Malabar coast is emergent. How do we know emergent है? Emergent coast में एक क्या है? They are smooth coastlines plus जहाँ emergence हो रहा होगा, they will have lot of lagoons also. They'll have lot of exposed sandbars. तो यही हुआ है Kerala coast में. This part has got uplifted. That's why there are many small, you know about backwaters, right? They are the consequence of, by the way, what is the backwater? You can search on the YouTube itself, backwaters, Edukemy karna. I have explained backwaters at a particular location. I videographed that. So what is the backwater? Estuaries, salt water, कुछ भी बोल दो. ग्लास में मिला देना नमक पानी, बैकवाटर. ठीक है, पानी पी के निकाल दिया, सर पानी बैक आ गया.